Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So we're talking about prize picks for Friday, June 21st in the MLB. We have 4 picks in the video for you to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks. Also, if you guys want more picks, join up in the private Discord. You can see over here some big wins in the MLB, going hard with MLB and WNBA. Now that the NBA is over, so definitely get in here, check it out. We have 5+ cappers giving out more picks in here. I'm just one of them. And we also recently partnered with Prop Projections. They post daily MLB projections for just $9.99 a month. Every morning they're going to post their projection spreadsheet that is fully customizable. This is what yesterday's sheet looks like. So they have their projections based on the prize picks line and the projected win percentage based on the projections, but you could fully make your own projections over here, which is what I love about it. They make it easy to download and copy this sheet where you can actually input your own projections that change the win percentage, and you can filter it. So definitely check them out as well if you want the MLB projections spreadsheets daily. So let's get into these ones. The first one we're going to go to is we're going to target the Philadelphia game. If we come over to DraftKings and look at some of the highest projected run scoring games, the Phillies up here have a projected run total of 10 in this game, and they are the favorites at -130. So we're going to target some Philadelphia players, do a little game stack with Philly here. The first one we're going to go to is going to be Bryce Harper, who usually hits third in the lineup. I'm going to go over on his fantasy score at 8.5. And then we're also going to go to Kyle Schwarber, who has been hitting first in the lineup. His fantasy score is at 7.5. 2 lines that these guys could absolutely smash against Arizona. If we come over to Outlier here, which is a tool that I use every single day, they do have a free trial for 7 days if you want to try them out. Great for the MLB season. Tons of information over here. What we could see about Harper is he is facing Jordan Montgomery for Arizona here, so you can actually look at his stats against Montgomery, how he's done in his career. So he's only faced him 2 times. He's hitting .500. Schwarber up here has faced him 2 times as well. Hasn't had a hit off of him yet. We can see on the season that Harper has only gone over this 39% of the time. Last season he went over it 45% of the time. But Harper should be in for a big game in this matchup with a high scoring run total. So we're definitely liking this one. And in the last 5, Harper has been having some big games, so going to be targeting him in this one. Also, he does hit better in home games. If you just filter this little tab, you can see that this 39% goes up to 44% hit rate on the fantasy score, so definitely a better hitter in his home ballpark. We're also going to look at Schwarber here, who has hit this over in 50% of games this year. Coming over here, Schwarber against left-handed pitchers. You can see he's hitting .339 on the season with 7 home runs, 22 RBIs. So definitely liking Schwarber on the fantasy score here against a left-handed pitcher in Jordan Montgomery. Also looking at Montgomery, who's going to face Harper and Schwarber for most of this game, has absolutely been getting rocked this year. He's got a 6.0 ERA. Last game was really his best game of the season against the Chicago White Sox, who are the worst team in baseball, but before that gave up 3 earned, 6 earned in 2 innings, 8 earned, another game with 6 earned runs. So he's been getting rocked this year besides last game. So I do think that this is definitely a good spot for both of these hitters, who should be coming up 1 and 3 in the Phillies lineup. For the next one, we're going to go to Jack Flaherty. Under on his hits allowed at 4.5 against the Chicago White Sox, who we just talked about. The worst team in baseball, definitely one of the worst offenses in baseball as well. Looking at him over on Outlier, this season he's gone under this in just 46% of games. About half, 6 of 13 games. His last 3, he's gone under it in all 3. Definitely against some tougher opponents as well. In Houston, Texas, and Boston in his last 3. So he's been pitching really well in his last 3 outings. I think that continues against Chicago. Definitely a team that struggles to hit the ball. You can look at all the hitters against Flaherty over here on Outlier, so we could see the guy who's faced the most is Lopez, who is hitting 167 against him, and also Benintendi here hitting 200 against him in 5 at-bats. So not a ton of data over here, but some of the guys that have come up the most against him not hitting super well. So definitely liking this matchup and this spot here for Flaherty. So we're going to go to him for the third pick in the video. If we come over to OddsJam, another tool that I use to check value on other sports books, you can see the under on 4.5 hits allowed. It's minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 140 on Caesars, and minus 137 on MGM. So the sports books are also liking it to go under, and this one is on Prizepicks as a 50-50, so definitely like to see that as well, that we are getting some good value on this pick by playing it on Prizepicks. Then for the next one, we're going to go to Brady Singer, under on his strikeouts at 4.5, facing Texas, who is a tough team to strike out this season. If we look at the strikeout rate from teams that strike out the most per game, Texas strikes out the sixth least. They just strike out 7.6 times per game this year so far. Looking at Brady Singer on Outlier this season so far, 6 of 14 games he's gone under, so just under 50% of them. In his last 4 games, he's only gone over this one time. And a lot of guys over here on Texas, you can see the K rate against Singer low here, who's faced him 11 times, only has an 18% K rate. And Simeon here faced him 9 times with an 11% K rate, which is fairly low. And then we can look at Brady Singer's K rate on the season, 23.2 on average, and Texas is just 19.7. Also looking at Brady Singer on OddsJam, we could see the odds here, minus 131 on Caesars, minus 127 on Pinnacle, minus 125 on both FanDuel and DraftKings as well. So they are liking this one to go under over on the sports books as well. So if you guys want more picks in all sports, we have 5+ cappers, including myself, giving out more picks in the private Discord. So definitely look for that link down below and get in here to get more picks, see how we're getting all these big wins. Also check out Prop Projections, who we're partnered with this MLB season. You're going to get that projection spreadsheet every day for just $9.99 per month. They give you their own projections, and then also they make it so you could fully customize your own projections in here as well. If you want to check them out, they did post their projections from yesterday up on the Patreon for free, so you can get in there, check it out. Their projections for Friday should be coming out pretty soon as well. When this video is dropped, I'm sure it will be out. So definitely check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did want more picks, get in the private Discord linked down below. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in another video.